So I hope you guys had a great summer, and trapping is about to start. I'm leaving this weekend coming finally. Hopefully everything's good. The machine seems to be running really well. A lot of people have been asking me about the machine and when I'm leaving, and if you follow me on Instagram, they always see a lot of snow, and it's like, how can we not go? Well, I'd be gone if I could go. Like, it's just, it's not work or anything. I could have gone on the weekend, but it's just not enough snow. I tried a couple times going 3 kilometers. It's been over a week now, because I had to go to the city for a dentist and a few other things, but you know, I tried going out there and it just bang, 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 and I'm not beating up my machine. I'm not hard on my equipment, and you know what, wait for more snow. It's just the way it is. You just have to wait, because if it's rough out there, it's going to be super rough in the bush, and there's not going to be any snow. I'll be hitting all the stumps I cut down, and you know, it's just too rough on the gear. I've tried it before in the past. It's not worth it. You just come back with busted sleighs, and I know these guys are already went trapping. They're doing pretty good, but they said it's freaking really rough. But that was I'm talking about a week ago or so. But they said it's pretty good now, and I am ready. And I've been getting ready anyway, so I had to close down some buildings for the winter and you know, other stuff. So it's not like I can exactly just take off when I can. Hopefully that'll be next season. I think I'm retiring. Just for the trapping season. I'm gonna start taking the winters off now, and hopefully that works, and I can get out there full time. That's my goal. It's always been my goal for many years to be out there at a certain age, and you know what, enjoy my final years trapping and being out in the bush. So hopefully it all comes into play and it works out. So I changed the shock on there. I thought I blew the shock, but I'm pushing on the old one here, and it's pretty freaking solid. So and I tested it with the new one, and it seemed to be a little, just maybe a tad, as you expect, a little bit looser because it's worn in, right? So it might be my springs that I push down and it stops. It's doing the exact same thing. I push down on the machine and it stops. It's a little bit stiffer, of course, but it stops on the same spot. So I went and got a 1-inch socket, and I'm going to lift the machine up now, and I'm going to turn it so the springs are a little bit tighter. Otherwise, you're always those are always moving in and out of those plastic pieces here, and it's going to wear them out really fast. So let's do that right now, and I'll share a couple more things with you. I'm going to be a little bit tongue-tied. I haven't had the camera on for some time, so you know, you got to get back into the groove of you know, YouTubing, I guess you could say. Now, which way do I turn? I didn't even look before I. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's easy. Okay, there's one. We'll put it on setting 3, and we'll try it. I'm pretty sure that's what he said, that he has his on setting 3 and it doesn't go down as much. Let me get a flashlight and see if that is setting 3. Yeah, I have it on 3. So we'll do that. It makes it a little bit tighter, and we'll do the other side now. We'll let it down, and then we'll see if it made a big difference. Because I know those plastic pieces wear out here pretty good. Pretty quick, I should say, not pretty good. And it's setting, there we go, setting 3. So simple. Yeah, we'll take the, I think that has to be oiled in order for it to pop back easy. There we go. Let's see. Oh yeah, that is better. Way better. Yeah. That is way better than what it was. I don't know if I like that angle. That's not too bad. Just to match the other side, and then I'll work it with the file later. Or actually probably my grinder. I think that's how I did it before. And make sure I'm flipping it over the right way. And that is pretty good. I like that. It's actually a little bit taller because it was cracked, so I moved it down. So it probably got about an inch more compared to the other one. And that should do her. Okay, let's drill some holes. I use that on that side. So I'm just kind of, I don't want to be using the wrench on that side. So side is the only side that's not flush compared to that side, but that's okay. There we go. Let me sit on it and see what it's like. Oh yeah, that's definitely higher. That's actually really good. You can hear the air coming out of the tank when you sit on the machine. So, I believe that's it. We're ready to go. Let me just clean that up, and I will show you a couple things that we did to the sled this summer. Not long ago, actually. Shouldn't say this summer, just recently. Okay, about a month ago, I decided, well, me and Travis were, sitting in here talking about it, and I said it'd be nice to get a receiver like the one Skidoo has. So I showed him a picture of it, of the one I could buy, and he goes, I'll make you one. And it'll be better, and sure enough it is. So the one you get from Skidoo only has the 4 bolts right here and the receivers underneath, just like a truck. Travis's made his just like Skidoo. That comes out. I got a 1/2-inch pin holding it in, but his comes around and there's a plate welded right to that receiver, and it's 4 bolts here. So I got 8 bolts holding that on now, and there's no way that's coming off. Plus I got 8 bolts holding my holding the bumper on. So this thing is absolutely solid now. And he welded a little hook on there, which is pretty cool. And that young man is one hell of a fabricator, I'll tell you that. I've said it before on the Noble one, and I'll say it again. He's just he's fantastic with coming up with ideas, and he sticks to them, and he just he just wants to see if it's going to work. And this is nothing but the hitch that he made for me, which is a prototype with 2 shocks on it. We'll see how it works. We'll put it to the test with some wood, and that's not going to be for a few trips. We got to get out there, heat the cabin up really good for 2 days to dry it all out and get it all back in order, get the food away, and of course we don't have no work to do in the cabin, so it's going to be pretty much straight out in trapping, and of course doing the tent frame. But the other thing is also the light. I wanted we were going to put, with the 4 bolts here, going to put a plate on here and have the light sit high, and I said, well, we don't really have to, we just want it to light up the back. So what I'll do right now is I'll start the machine, hit the light, and I'll show you the light in the back. It's on a switch on the machine, and it's pretty freaking awesome. So here goes the light. I'll start the machine, and it's pretty freaking awesome. We'll test it out on the yeah. Wow. So that's pretty freaking awesome. And it turns off, I believe, when I turn the machine on. That's the way I wanted it. Put the light back on. Yeah, and it goes out. Or I could hit the switch while we're running. Because he said, well, let's just leave it on with the battery. And I said, well, I don't want to go into the cabin, forget about it, and kill my battery. So I just let it be on when the machine's running. Because obviously the machine would be running when, you know, when I'm trapping. Like, it's kind of like, you know, I'm coming back, going to the tent frame, it's late, and hey, I got a freaking fox. And it's nice to just pass it, have my trapping sleigh by the trap, flick on the light, I could see inside the trapping sleigh, get the fox out, reset it, and I don't have to be walking all the way back because I'll have my headlight on it. And I do have a lamp or a headlamp, but I don't always carry it with me. So I'm ordering actually a couple more to probably just to have it in the machine so I can have a spare headlamp with me. I do got a couple, but they're cheap. I want some good ones. And I think this thing is going to be is going to be pretty awesome once I retire out there and I'm out there full time, and it's going to come into play a lot, I do believe. And let's hope that we have a good year trapping. I know the fur prices ain't great, but let's go back to the bench and we'll talk a little bit more.
Got some rabbit there. Well, actually a full rabbit, the one I shot a couple days ago. I got some buffalo
Jason
steak and some moose heart. Mixed it.
It's always about the food with Jason. Anyway, I think that's it, and hopefully next time you guys see me, it's going to be standing in the cabin, and hopefully the cabin's in good shape and no bears got in there or anything. And I think this year I'll be making new bear boards. The other ones were pretty rotten. They've been there for 18 years and they were never treated wood. So now I'll get some treated half-inch plywood and make some new bear boards this year. And of course we'll put the new siding on the cabin, which I finally got. And maybe finish my bedroom, maybe finish the storage room. But that's probably stuff I'm not going to show you. It's not that big a deal, just going to a little bit here, a little bit there. Do the ceiling in my bedroom and things like that. I got to make an attic hatch. I didn't make one yet that's insulated. So I want to do that for sure. I didn't take any measurements and I'm not too worried about it. I'll just do it here and there. And I want to move all the... There's only one layer of insulation in the attic, and I made that walkway last year at the end of the year. And now I can get up there, I can start, you know, get a stick with a nail on it and start tucking it in the corners and doing a second layer across, which it's up there, I just haven't spread it out yet, so I'll be doing that. So that's it. Time to go home and finish packing and have a cup of tea. And hopefully we'll talk to you guys from the cabin. So we'll see you soon, guys.